You're watching Statistics Made Simple and I am Savita Balsang. In this video, I'll explain about the life table, which is also called as the mortality table or the actuarial table. From this topic, we can get a 5-mark question to explain the components of the life table, and we can also get 1 and 2 markers. I'll start this topic with certain terminologies. The first one is a cohort. It is a group of individuals who are born at the same time and they experience same mortality conditions. Second is the life table. It is a tabular representation of numerical data describing the mortality experience of a cohort. Now the life table gives the life history of the cohort and it indicates how the individuals in the cohort gradually diminish in number and finally vanish. Note that the life tables may be constructed for different communities. Separate life tables may be constructed for men, women, even for plants and animals. I will now explain the components of the life table. So if you see the table on the screen, it has in the first column age in years, which is denoted by X. Second column is number of survivors, which is denoted by LX. Here X is a subscript. Then in a third column you have number of deaths, which has the formula dx equal to lx minus lx plus 1. Again here x and lx plus 1 are subscripts. In the fourth column you have the mortality ratio, which is denoted by qx equal to dx divided by lx. Survival ratio px, which is equal to 1 minus qx, which is in the fifth column. In a sixth column you have number of years lived between x and x plus 1, which is denoted by capital Lx is equal to Lx plus Lx plus 1 divided by 2. In the seventh column you have number of years lived after age x, which is denoted by Tx equal to Lx plus Lx plus 1 plus Lx plus 2 plus so on. And in the eighth column you have expectation of life, which is denoted by Ex equal to Tx divided by Lx. Now this is a very important table. You have to practice it several times to remember the components. Now let me explain each of the columns and the notations. So in a life table, the cohort will consist of 1 lakh individuals. So again, this is an important question where they can ask you what is the size of a cohort and your answer should be 1 lakh. So first we have radix. Radix is the size of the cohort and generally the radix is equal to 1 lakh. Then we have Lx. It is the number of persons living at age x. Third, we have dx. It is the number of persons who die in the age group x, x plus 1 among Lx persons. And the formula for dx is equal to Lx minus Lx plus 1. Now in the next line, I have which implies Lx plus 1 is equal to Lx minus dx, which I am denoting by the asterisk, and it will be used later on in one of the explanations. Fourth, we have Qx and it is called as the mortality ratio, and it is the probability that a person aged x does not survive till age x plus 1. This is again an important question, and because mortality ratio is a probability, remember that Qx value should always lie only between 0 and 1. Now Qx has the formula dx divided by Lx. Okay, so the formula for dx Qx should be remembered for 1 and 2 mark problems. The fifth I'm explaining is Px. It is called as the survival ratio, and it is the probability that a person aged X survives till the age X plus 1. And again here, since Px is a probability, its value should always lie between 0 and 1. And the formula for Px is equal to 1 minus Qx. I am simplifying this particular formula further so that we get a different expression which will be used for the 2 mark problems. So continuing, we have which implies Px is equal to 1 minus. So in place of Qx, replace dx divided by Lx, which is equal to 1 minus. Now open a square bracket, and you know that dx is Lx minus Lx plus 1 divided by Lx. Then take the LCM and open out the brackets, so the signs will change. You will get equal to Lx minus Lx plus Lx plus 1 whole divided by Lx. Then plus Lx and minus Lx will get cancelled, and the final expression for Px is equal to Lx plus 1 divided by Lx. So the in-between steps are not required. You need the first and the last formula, which is highlighted in the purple color box. So you need to know that Px is equal to 1 minus Qx, and Px can also be expressed in terms of Lx plus 1 divided by Lx. Sixth, capital Lx is the number of years lived by persons belonging to the cohort between the age x and x plus 1, and the formula for Lx is Lx plus Lx plus 1 whole divided by 2, which implies Lx is equal to Lx plus, from the asterisk, we know that Lx plus 1 is Lx minus dx whole divided by 2. So on simplification, we get equal to 2Lx minus dx divided by 2, which implies Lx is equal to, now each term in a numerator is divided by the denominator value, that is 2. So we get equal to 2Lx divided by 2 minus dx by 2. Then the 2's get cancelled, and the final expression for Lx is equal to Lx minus dx by 2, which is highlighted in the purple colored box, and this should be remembered for the 2 mark problems. In the sixth point, we have Tx, which is the total number of years lived by the persons belonging to the cohort after attaining the age x, and Tx formula is Lx plus Lx plus 1 plus Lx plus 2 plus so on. Seventh, again, is an important definition, which is Ex, and it is the expectation of life or life expectancy, which is the expected number of years a person aged X will survive thereafter, and the formula for Ex is equal to Tx divided by Lx. Note that the longevity is the expected number of years a newborn baby will survive, and the formula is obtained by putting x equal to 0 in the expectation of life formula, and we get E naught is equal to T naught divided by L naught. So the expectation of life formula and definition and longevity formula and definition are important. Let us now learn some of the uses of the life tables. First, the life tables are used by life insurance companies to determine the rates of premium for policies of persons of different ages. Second, it is used to measure the rate of growth of population in the computation of NRR. Third, it is used for estimating the future population. Fourth, life tables are used by government offices and private organizations in planning healthcare facilities, retirement age, educational program for the employees. Fifth, it is used for analyzing the effects of mortality on the age and sex composition of a population. So out of these 5 uses, learn at least 2 of them. Life tables is the last topic in the chapter Vital Statistics. Thank you all for watching and look out for my next video where we'll find solutions to simple problems based on life tables.